When the doors slam shut in prison, it isn't just inmates who serve a sentence.
I think I missed the jokes and him taking us out for laughs. Yeah.
It's the families they leave behind.
How hard was that?
Very hard. Very hard.
17,000 New Zealand children have a parent behind bars. Many left without a carer, a provider, a home.
Leaving them reeling with very limited options as to where to turn.
So who fills the void when a parent's imprisoned?
At the moment, we're really failing children who have parents in prison.
All too often, there's no help at all.
How well do we support these children?
We don't, and at the moment we fail our tamariki.
Sean Tafew's earliest memories are of two contrasting sides of his dad.
Didn't know what was right and what was wrong, because he was always doing two opposite things. You know, he was being abusive and then one minute he's good. So I didn't really understand it.
His father was violent to his mother and others.
What's that like to watch as a young child?
Pretty heartbreaking because I couldn't protect my mum.
When Sean turned 8, his dad was imprisoned for a serious, violent crime.
He's been in jail for 15 years now, I think.
Life wasn't easy without a father, and soon he would follow in his dad's footsteps.
I just remembered everything he'd done, being growing up. So I was like, oh, I might as well do it. And didn't get me far.
Where did it get you?
To jail.
Sent to prison as a teenager for inflicting violence.
And I just remember everything that my father did to my mother. I thought that was right.
It's a well-worn path in New Zealand. Children with a parent in prison are nearly 10 times more likely to be jailed themselves.
Pretty scary place for a teenager.
Yeah, definitely.
Incarceration was a wake-up call for Sean.
Oh, it just clicked. I just clicked and I just knew what was right and what was wrong. So I started doing the right things.
But turning his life around wasn't easy. At times, it would prove overwhelming, till one day he decided to end his life.
One day I was a bit depressed. I sat up on top of a bridge. I just remember messaging my mum saying I love you, and then I jumped off. And then all I remember was, oh, I've done it, you know, I'm dead now. And then I woke up 2 days later and thinking, why am I still here?
Do you think if your dad had been around, it would have been any different?
Definitely.
Sean survived with a broken back. Grateful today to still be alive. The road ahead won't be easy, but Sean is determined to tread it on foot.
Because I never thought I'd be able to walk again.
Did they tell you that?
Yeah, that's what they told me. Having my family there, motivating me, just changed my whole mindset around. And now I want to walk again.
Do you think you will?
Yep, I definitely will.
Ola Angi will never forget when she learned her father was going to jail.
I remember sitting in the lounge with my brothers and my little sister, and we were watching TV, and then my mom came down and she just told us that she got a call and that our dad was in prison.
It began a process of denial, then acceptance.
I think it's taken a while and it's still going. People can ask me about my dad and I still find it hard to actually talk about it, but I think it's slowly getting there.
Ola found a way to express her feelings.
2 years ago, around New Year's Eve, my dad was arrested.
A poem she delivered in front of her school.
Mother starts crying, brothers start fighting. I look around, I see everyone crying. I wonder why my life has become so terrifying.
Overcoming it remains a battle, but she's stronger every day.
Through pain comes strength, and I feel like that really helped with me. Going through all that pain brought out strength in me and my family.
It isn't just family here to help her. Ola's had support from her mentor Jackie through community organisation Pillars. Sean's mentor Ben did the same for him.
Tell me about Ben.
Ben,
Yeah, your mentor. What role did he play in your life?
he was like another brother. He was like another brother to me.
It's been several years since the two were together,
Do you miss him?
Oh yeah, definitely. Miss him a lot.
but today that's about to change.
Oh, man.
How you doing, man?
Oh,
All right?
sup, my brother?
Been a long time, eh?
Been a very long time.
How's these arms going?
Mentors like Ben work with children after a parent is sent to jail.
How you been, brother?
I've been good. Yeah.
Just missed out on my TV show.
Apparently I'm in it.
Sharing a laugh, guidance and friendship.
A good time. I think just laughs, someone to talk to, someone to share a little bit of life experience with.
But Pillars only operates in Auckland and Christchurch. Elsewhere, help is hard to find.
What happens to kids in the rest of the country?
That's a great question. So there is a real lack of support across the country for effective wraparound care.
Epiphany Forward Tower works for Just Speak, advocating for justice reform.
I'm passionate about this mahi because I know what it feels like to go without.
She knows all too well what tamariki are suffering because she's been through it all herself. Epiphany's dealt with both of her parents being in jail for much of her life.
We didn't really have any support in most things, unfortunately, yeah.
At times, the lack of support is fatal. Malachi Subex was killed by his carer after his mother was sent to prison. No one went to check on his welfare, despite repeated warnings from family. He was murdered within 5 months.
The issue that she was a mother with a child should have been a part of that arrest plan.
There is no requirement to check on a child when a parent is sent to jail. We asked the Children's Minister about that in May.
When a parent goes to prison, no one checks on who will look after the tamaiti, the children, the child. Not courts, not oranga tamariki. Is that okay with you?
No, it's not. We've got to make sure that we plug these gaps.
The Children's Commissioner says progress is needed.
When a parent comes before a court and they're likely to go to prison, there should be a referral, an automatic referral to oranga tamariki or some other state agency that can then look into that family and see what support and help they need, because they will need it.
But many don't trust oranga tamariki.
The government needs to recognise oranga tamariki and other organisations similar to them are not the answer. Rather, they need to listen to the communities and whānau.
Whether it's iwi or government agencies, all agree something needs to be done.
So how urgent is the change?
It's very urgent.
To give hope to the 17,000 children facing the future with a parent in jail.